He's better luck next time.
Nice try.
Nice try.
Better luck next time.
I'll yield to none.
Meet your maker.
Greet the Reaper for me.
You're not trying to escape, are you?
Greet the Reaper for me.
Nice try.
I'm ready.
Meet your maker.
Better luck next time.
Greet the Reaper for me.
Meet your maker.
Nice try.
I'll yield to none.
Better luck next time.
Glory is mine.
You're not trying to escape, are you?
Greet the Reaper for me.
Nice try.
It all happened like I knew it would. A single drop of source magic. And, like flies to honey, the monsters swarmed. The rebel panicked. The carnage began. And the magisters pointed their fingers at me. Just as I'd planned. I was shackled and collared, and sent to Fort Joy. I'd come here to kill Godwoken. But instead, I became part of their story.
So, still a bit groggy, are we? Don't worry, the sedative will wear off soon enough. Easy now. No need to hurry. Get your bearings and report to me upstairs.
What did they do to me?
Let's get our bearings. Rubbish.
Boring. Rubbish.
Freight or food?
Shaking her fluffy coat, the sheep eyes you balefully, her rectangular eyes like letterboxes to the void. With one sharp hoof, she kicks you right in the shin.
Fresh meat. Nice. Plump. Banded like a chicken's leg too.
You're more animal than me. Sorcerers are bad news, and the Magisters know it.
With two shakes of her stumpy tail, the sheep turns away from you to peruse her hay-filled manger. Did you expect a needle? Did you expect a needle? Did you expect a needle? Expect a needle?
Get your dirty little paws out of my hair.
Did you expect a needle?
Oh, I don't even remember them strapping me down. Oh, I don't even remember them strapping me down.
Rubbish.
Did you expect a needle?
This again.
Why, you're looking a bit more chipper. Yes. Looks like that collar fits you snugly enough. Nice bit of work, even if I do say so myself.
To spending time with the others.
There you are. Not too tight, I hope. The collar, I mean. Oh, not to worry. Every dog has to get used to its leash. In the meantime, your next stop will be Magister William. All passengers have to be registered in the ship's manifest, and he's the chap in charge of the logs. You'll find him on the other side of this deck, in the officers' quarters. Oh dear, I'm afraid you're a long way from home, my lord. A long way from the little bells that make footmen come a-running.
Index fingers pressed to her lips, she pauses a moment to give you a scrutinizing gander.
My word, you do seem a bit befuddled, don't you? Perhaps I was a bit too generous with that sedative. Oh, well, I'm sure you'll soon gather your wits. Most likely. Eventually. In the meantime, all you need to know is that we're en route to Fort Joy. A new life awaits, and if you're a particularly good boy, perhaps a cure as well. An end to Source. For good. Why, for my peace of mind, of course. Why don't you try casting one of those Source spells of yours? See what happens.
Did the murderer take him into this room? Or was he already here?
Currents of magic surge inside you, boiling, bursting, then breaking, only to fade back into your soul like rain into the earth.
My, look at the concentration on your face. All will, but no result. There you have it. See? The collar's function. It neuters you of sorts. Makes you unable to cast Source. For your own peace of mind, of course. Yours and the whole world's. Oh, my. These smelling salts are strong stuff.
Good gods.
No known
There's
associates.
been a murder here.
In fact, he seemed
Quite the mess they made.
Ugly sight, isn't it? Burns me up this happened under our protection. We're extremely lucky no
Empty.
Voidwalk can follow the source that did this. Finn didn't see it like that. He was desperate for us to help him. Two things scared the living daylights out of him. His own shadow and his own source. We'll find out who did this. Speaking of...
She looks up at you with a mirthless smile.
I was on duty in your room when the murder happened. You were asleep the whole time. Didn't even stir. You're one of the only indisputably innocent people on the ship. Unless you can commit murder in your sleep, of course. Not with that collar on, you aren't. Listen, I could use someone to keep their ears open among the passengers. Sometimes they clam up in front of a uniform. Bring me a good lead, and I'll throw in a shiny gold coin for you. How about that? Not in here, it isn't. You let me know if you hear anything. Whoever did this is dangerous.
Behind the Magister, a bloodied mass lies in a heap. Gore and limbs lie at odd angles. You can't make out a face amid the mess.
There's been a murder. The Sorcerer was killed by one of your own. Lucky you were busy getting your collar fitted at the time, or you'd be a suspect like the rest of them. Waters is investigating. She'll figure out who did it. Always does. You surprised? You're one of them. You know what sorcerers are capable of? Whoever did this found a way around their collar and killed a man. Small ones this time, thank the gods. We'll find out who did it, one way or another.
An elf sits tucked away in a dark spot, lazily rolling dice onto the surface of a barrel. They sound like the dry cackling of an old witch.
Snake eyes.
She chuckles.
I bet that's just what they'll look like. Rolling dice. Deciding fates.
She eyes you quite seriously.
Not the future, no. But I can read the past in flesh. One of the perks of being an elf, you see. I'm quite good at it, too. I could lick your arm and tell you how you spent the night before last. Shall I?
She gives your arm a vigorous stroke of the tongue, efficient like a cat grooming.
You were in a cellar with other sorcerers. As everyone lay sleeping, you lay awake thinking of someone back home. A very special someone. You were reminiscing about the things you used to do together.
As soon as the Inquisitor gets here, we'll hang you right over the side of this ship with him.
Of course it is. The truth's right there, skin deep. But don't you worry, darling. Your secret's safe with me. I don't lick and tell. Don't worry, honey. It isn't yours.
She looks you up and down with the merest hint of a coy smile on her lips.
Never say never, though.
I've never done on anything less than a dozen course dinner, and I don't intend to do away with the custom.
An elf sits tucked away in a dark spot, lazily rolling dice onto the surface of a barrel. They sound like the dry cackling of an old witch.
Snake eyes.
She chuckles.
I bet that's just what they'll look like.
She shakes her head.
Game for one, I'm afraid. Rolling dice. Deciding fates. Don't worry, honey. It isn't yours.
She looks you up and down with the merest hint of a coy smile on her lips.
Never say never, though.
Your kind always hung closest to our divine.
She eyes you quite seriously.
Not the future, no. But I can read the past in flesh. One of the perks of being an elf, you see. I'm quite good at it, too. I could lick your arm and tell you how you spent the night before last. Shall I?
I wouldn't know anything about it. I kill a man. He knows who done it. His daddy knows who done it. And the mayor knows who done it too.
His eyes flutter shut, and he assumes his position of repose once more.
Whether they catch me is another matter, but I ain't one to hide my accomplishments.
A wave of sound washes over you. The unintelligible chatter of your shipmates, the groaning of wood from floor to ceiling, the boom, crash and crackle of waves around you, complaints from the sea itself.
And?
As soon as the Inquisitor gets here, we'll hang you right over the side of this ship with him.
Then you're not listening hard enough, mate. Go on.
Won't you see? A no doesn't become a yes.
You've got ears on your head, haven't you? Do you need me to show you how to use them? There now, just like that.
Squeak!
Never thought you'd end up a
His
prison
eyes snap
convict.
open as his countenance breaks into an expression of joy. One great paw claps you on the back, the other catches you before you lose your...
There, you heard it, didn't you? I knew it. I knew it. Aye, this is good news, kiddo. Good news.
You've got this wolf on a leash now.
As soon as the Inquisitor gets here,
No, you
we'll hang
beautiful
right over the
idiot.
side of this
That
ship
wasn't
with
any rat. It was the wheel. Squeaks whenever the helmsman jerks it clockwise, which means we're heading
How
east.
dare you classify this slop as food?
Burn my beard.
I've seen more
That
appetizing
means
things coming out
if
of
we'd been travelling
plague-stricken
for...
pigs.
Yes, only
There's nothing
10.34
else I
nautical
can make,
miles to
Your
Fort
Majesty.
Joy.
Turnips and water are all I was given.
Yeah, no
Unacceptable.
indeed, kiddo.
I've
But
never
that
dined on anything less
ain't
than
my
a dozen
final
course dinner,
destination.
and I don't
The
intend
dwarf
to do
leans
away
back
with
from the
custom.
table and strokes his beard, gold medallions jingling merrily.
There has been
His
a
eyes
murder,
roll over
Your
to you.
Majesty.
That'll be all, thank you
That has the
kindly,
Majesty's
kiddo.
more concern than your appetite.
Don't you get saucy with me when you clearly don't know the first
He
thing about
continues
sauce.
stroking his beard, a beatific smile on his lips, and doesn't acknowledge you anymore.
You put a knuckle in it. I'm trying to concentrate.
You know all about it. They don't care about us. We're like cattle to them.
Well,
I'll give you that knuckle and keep carrying on.
One of us wouldn't kill our own. They're picking us off one by one.
Can we just skip to the part where I reassure you and you shut up?
You think me mad?
Mad? No. Insufferable? Surely.
What are you trying to hear anyway?
I'll tell you if you can keep it quiet long enough for me to listen.
Never thought you'd end up a prison guard, Vic.
That right? I always knew you'd turn out rotten, Ben Nest.
What on earth is the matter?
Your kind always hung closest to our divine, like wolves around a campfire.
Well, you've got this wolf on a leash now.
Soon as the Inquisitor gets here, we'll hang you right over the side of this ship with it.
It was one of them. I know it.
Would you put a knuckle in it? I'm trying to concentrate.
They don't care about us. We're the canister now. You know all about it.
I'll give you that knuckle if you keep carrying on.
Well, perhaps you're
One of us wouldn't kill our own. They're picking us off one by one.
Can we just...
Here to register, sir. Good, good. Magister Williams is just about done with the last passenger. You faring okay so far? Trust me, with Bishop Alexander in charge, things will get a lot better from here on out. He's God-woken, you know. You head on in now. Williams will get you sorted fast.
And if she
Standing at the center of the room, you spot a sorcerer haughtily eyeing a pair of nervous-looking magisters. They keep their crossbow trained upon her as she's being interrogated by an officer.
So you admit it then? You murdered that poor fella?
Yes, I did. But of course, that was only the beginning.
She turns her head and looks you straight in the eye.
There are others whose lives must end.
Good God, the woman's mad. You there, Sourcerer, go and fetch Magister Siwan. We need to do more than collar this maniac. We need to shackle her, hands and feet.
My, we are fierce, aren't we? Not to worry. Now then, to business. You will answer me 3 questions. The first one is this. Can you cook?
I'm just about to create a scene.
Subdue her, men, quickly! If she casts Source, the Voidwoken will come. They'll end us all.
She smiles with wicked satisfaction.
Precisely.
What's happening?
No time for chatter. We've got to get out of here.
lies in a heap on the floor. She's breathing normally, but her eyes are wide open, like those of a corpse. Dark, greyish-black clouds swirl through them.
Water? Why, for goodness sake? Oh.
The lizard's eyes close as he slips into unconsciousness.
No, not the final dark. Not yet.
It's no use. Your words do not seem to reach her.
The dice rolled up.
It's blocked. I'll need to find another way. The hatch is blocked. I'll need to find another way. The hatch is blocked. I'll need to find another way.
The young woman lies in a heap on the floor. She's breathing normally, but her eyes...
No.
The Magister lies on the floor, unconscious and bleeding from a dire look. Empty. The Magister lies on the floor, unconscious and bleeding.
I don't even remember them strapping me down.
Did you expect a needle?